Egypt's ancient city of Luxor, antiquities authorities here say that a series of discoveries have contributed to the overall increase in tourists visiting Egypt this year. The country is heavily dependent on tourism for foreign currency and jobs and has been taking measures to increase the number of visitors to its ancient artifacts and sunny beaches.
When every 6 months or less we discover a new antiquity, the foreigner abroad might say, I missed it, or I should travel to see the new discovery. Some are very interested, like the French or any other nationality, and like to go and see all antiquities in countries. The repeaters in this case could visit 5, 6, 7, or even 8 times.
Egypt's tourism revenues jumped 170% in the first 7 months of 2017, reaching $3.5 billion. The number of tourists visiting the country rose by 54% in the same period on an annual basis to reach 4.3 million. That number is still well below the 14.7 million people who visited Egypt in 2010, ahead of the 2011 unrest that toppled Hosni Mubarak.
For me, it was a dream to come in Egypt. You know, the culture, you know, pharaohs. I wanted to see always the big helmet, you know, in the museum in Cairo, you know, of Tutankhamun. Of course, the wonderful of the world of the pyramids. It's a place we want to come, but we feel it was the opportunity because it was cheap flight. And we feel here really safe.
A cheaper Egyptian pound brought on after the government floated the currency last year also means that the country has become an affordable destination for many non-Europeans as well.
It's actually cheaper than I thought for some place like Egypt. It's been very reasonably priced. And a lot of my friends have been asking if they, as backpackers, if it's a good country to come to, and I've been telling them that yes, it's very reasonable and affordable to see a place like Egypt on a small budget or a big budget.
According to officials, Europeans made up 75% of the visitors, while Arabs made up 20%. Egypt hopes the number of tourists will reach 8 million for 2017, up from 4.5 million people last year.
Thank God the year 2017, from a discovery and museum openings point of view, was very, very successful. I'm able to say that Egyptian antiquities were able to attract the attention of the world in a positive way, because this is what distinguishes Egypt, the antiquities that are only special to Egypt.
Tourist revenues should hit $6 billion in 2017, up from $3.4 billion in 2016, according to Khaled. This will be despite a continued flight ban from Russia, traditionally a major source of tourists. This after a Russian plane crashed in the Sinai Peninsula in 2015, killing all 224 people on board. Egypt hoped that its investments in airport security will help lure back more tourists. Vic Chege, CGTN.